For an African to visit a European nation, an ordinary African, to visit a European nation is like, let me give you an example my teacher used to use. It's like trying to milk an elephant because of the visa process. However, for a European to visit an African nation, most of our nations, it is like a walk on the beach. It's like going to have a cup of tea. But then that is not the problem. The tragedy is that now for an African to visit a fellow African within the African Union, the visa restrictions in many of our nations, among us, between our brothers and sisters, is like trying to brush the teeth of a crocodile. They came, divided us, and they have taught us to keep each other from each other. Them, they're mingling with each other and making money and growing, but they have taught us to hate each other. But for us to really enjoy the true economic benefits of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we need to behave like the Europeans and allow for the free movement of people and trade. To this end, in our contribution to this continental aspiration, Kenya is committed to progressively, and we are moving very fast by the end of this year, to abolish visas to citizens from African Union member states to make it easier to invest and do business in Kenya and across the continent. We are going to open the borders of Kenya. We do not fear our fellow Africans. Come, travel to Kenya. Live, do business in Kenya. Trade, make money in Kenya. And we hope we'll get reciprocity with the rest of you. Let us open our continent so that we can make money and live together. Let us remove the shackles of colonialism that are still embedded in our heads and be able to move forward.
Why Africa like this? It's not good. It's not good, Africa. You imagine, to live from one country to another, there's visa restriction, blah, blah, blah. You have too many barriers. Why all these barriers? That's the question. Why all these barriers? Never talking to say, now black man be black man if problem. Now black man be black man if problem. When if you imagine, look small country like Latvia, look Lithuania, look Slovenia, look Slovakia, look Luxembourg. Look those countries, small countries like that, not even with a population of up to 2 million. They can travel up to 100 countries visa-free. Visa-free. Just let us just take an example, the European Union. You move from one country in the European Union to another visa-free. So far as you are a European Union member, you move there visa-free. Come to Africa. you go confirm code no. You go confirm code. Now what kind of style that? You know, correct? Why would these people not remove this kind of mentality? Why all this? This is Kenya. Kenya is telling Africa that they have opened their borders to all African Union members. So far as you are part of the African Union, they open their borders and they welcome you. Isn't that a good thing? Should we not applaud that? Isn't that good? We see countries in Africa, economic zones, right? Like ECOWAS, we see like CEMAC, we see like the South Africa Economic Union, the East Africa Union, because and the North African area, right? They are in blocks. It's in blocks. North, East, South, West, Center, and all the like. These people, even though they find themselves in those economic zones, despite the fact that they have treaties, they still need to seek for visa approval before go to the next country. Massa. What kind of thing is it? The shackles of colonialism is still embedded in the DNA of Africa. This is very bad. And it's not only about this issue of visa. I want to just give you an example. When you a fellow African, you meet another African out of your country. Let's just say you guys are in Europe. You meet yourself in America and all the like. He will only want to double cross you. They want to double cross you. You want to show that no, are they? It's not good. People, you don't see yourself as brothers. Why Africans want to live this kind of life? Why? Africa is the richest continent on planet Earth. The richest continent with the best climate, the best climatic condition. Can you imagine? Africa has just 2 seasons, rainy season and dry season. And Africa does not have all these natural disaster. You don't hear tsunami, nothing like earthquake. You don't get that in Africa. But the only thing you get in Africa are bad governance, corruption, dictatorship, leaders who want to stay in power for the rest of their life. They impoverish their citizens to enrich themselves. Why is Africa this way? You see, this is something we need to applaud. It's good. Kenya has opened the doors. They have set the pace. We also learned that Ghana is also in the process of making visa-free for all African countries. So you can go to Ghana, do business, make money, and enjoy yourself like one continent. Why is Africa like this? Go to Europe. The fact that you come from Europe, a European will just discuss with you. Maybe you come from Portugal, the other person from Spain. You guys talk and understand. It's finished. If you put food in Europe, let's just say you set food in Sweden, you move to Germany without any problem. You go to Austria, you move without any issue. Come on, guys. Come on. Africa needs to master. They need to think. Africa, they need to think master. Good. Good. Look. This is very good development. But at the end of the day, when they clap like that, they go back to their various countries. They start to do the same evil and bad things that they do. But we have to still blame Africans, and we need to take all those leaders to task, because they are the ones promoting all these things. If they don't accept those things of colonialism, it will not happen in Africa. That is the truth. But we should not only look at opening our borders to other countries to come into. Let's look at taking care of our citizens. That is the first thing. Taking care of our citizens. Good governance. Good governance. If Africa can solve the problem of good governance, I think the issue of opening borders will not be a problem. It will not be a problem, because when you open borders, it means you've opened. When you open your door, the door of your house open wide, everything can get in. Whether it's good or bad, you get in. I know how you understand what I mean. But when you take care of the house, it's better for the people who live inside. So for me, I don't know what you think. I don't care about visa-free, opening borders, all African countries do business, blah, blah, blah. You can still do business, and those bad leaders, those corrupt leaders, they will increase the taxes to take the money from your pocket and put in their own pocket. Very wicked people. Good governance is the only thing we need to preach. They should practice good governance and practice democracy to its fullest. That is the thing we should be preaching, man. But anyway, we still applaud the gesture of Kenya. That is good, and we think it's something that all African countries need to emulate, and as well try to see how they implement, so that we can make the world a better place. The world is a global village. It's not big, very small place, Some people say they want to live in the moon, others want to live in Mars. At the end of the day, you come to discover that it's a very simple place. Once you are here, you have to live the life to its fullest and make sure that you live it to the best of your knowledge. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in our next update.